comments or?
Yeah, he needs to be happy with it.
Yeah.
He needs to take the false ideas off.
I do have, you can swear on the benefits of our supportive housing and say a big goal. You know, we come sit right here saying things.
No.
Yeah.
And then if it's white, the microphones are on.
You're gonna lose?
Okay. There you go.
It's just gonna take so long.
You know, I'm turning it on.
It's like.
Okay, I'm turning it on now.
Good, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Right.
Is on or is.
We don't have.
You don't have to.
Oh, right. That's interesting.
You guys are live right now.
Okay.
So, if there's any, yes, we will,
We're gonna
just
go
open the
ahead.
meeting and then we'll get.
Yeah, we need to get going. Let's call this meeting to order. It is 9:18. Could I get roll call, please?
James, Robert,
Leonard, we have our new appointees, Kathy Heisler and Ben Bement, that will be joining the board. They are replacing Rosella Fairbanks and Jeannie Rogers. I would,
okay, chairman
Yes.
of the board, or do we want to request that after opening the meeting, that we open and swear in the new members here?
yeah, we don't have a quorum present today. We only have 3. We're missing Frank. We have to have that quorum because the 2 that are joining now aren't in yet, so we don't have a quorum. Thank you for addressing that. But I just do want to state what we got here for our certifications so that we are in compliance with HUD. Rosella Fairbanks was on a 4-year term and it ended on 2024, and that had been already done. Okay, and Jeannie Rogers was a 4-year term and ended on 2024, and that's been completed. We do appreciate their work that they've done with the board and that they continue to support us with housing in our matters as a member of the community. Then We have the new swearing in, that was not swearing in, I'm sorry. We have the Tribal Council Resolution 001-24012, where I'll read down towards the bottom, where it says the legal department has reviewed all available records to determine the terms and appointments of current housing board commissioners and proposes the White Earth Reservation Business Committee adopt the following information and discern the appropriate terms of the housing board commissioners. Chairman Fairbanks nominates Robert Thompson to fill a 4-year term, 2020 to 2024. Secretary Treasurer Mike LaRock nominated Ralph Goodman to fill a 4-year term, 2022 to 2026. District 1 Representative Fox nominates James Besda to fulfill a 4-year term, 2022 to 2026. District 3 Representative Summers nominates Leonard Wadena to fill a 4-year term, 22 to 26. District 2 Representative Summers nominates Frank Steck to fill a 4-year term, 2022 to 2026. District 3 Representative Jackson nominates Gene Rogers to fill the 4-year term, 2020 to 2024. And then the District 3 Jackson nominates Rosella Fairbanks. Those are the two that are being replaced. That was what was already in place. Now our new Frank Steck is not present yet. I don't know if there was a miscommunication of him. This was set for 10 and we asked to move it up to 9.
He thought it was tomorrow. I just said, he's on his way.
Okay, so and we don't have a quorum present right now, but we can continue on with their meetings. We won't do any voting until Frank gets here. Then we can do the new panels, but the panel is on present with us and we expect you to participate. It's just a matter of a vote that we approve them too. So we got what we got here is Frank Steck is under that 4-year term, 2026. There is mine that's under the 2026 term. James Besda is a 4-year term ending in 2026. Ralph Goodman is a 4-year term ending in 2026. Robert Thompson is a 4-year term ending in 2024. The Tribal Council has redone the minutes and another resolution 001-25005, which it says upon the election of the 2024, the chairperson and the District 3 representatives are entitled to select individuals for appointment to the housing board. Chairman Fairbanks nominates Robert Thompson to continue a 4-year term, 2024 to 2028. District 3 Representative Laura Erickson nominates Kathy Heisler to fulfill a 4-year term, 2024-2028. And District 3 Representative Laura Erickson nominates Ben Bement to fulfill a 4-year term, 2024. This information shall be updated in compensation of the White Earth Housing Board changes for any reason where their vacancy removal amendment to the tribal ordinance or otherwise not. So those are our 2 new candidates, which we will welcome. Robert, you being reappointed again, we welcome. We would like to have a motion on the floor for it, but of course we can't take roll call. We can make a motion and then we can leave it open for the vote or no.
No, we'll just come back to that.
We're going to come back to it. So we're going to post that. So can we get approval of the agenda then?
We don't have quorum.
No, we can't do nothing on here, Kim.
So I think we're just probably going to pause the meeting.
How far out is he? Do you know?
You said on my way.
That's 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes with the little stretch.
Putting you through.
Yeah. So I guess what we can do is
We'll just on
let's
the consensus, take a break for.
let's just take a break until we get Frank in here so we can have a full board forum and we can proceed. Sorry for the delays, everybody. We do appreciate it. Everybody being patient. So we'll go on a quick break for a minute. Okay.
No, yeah.
Okay, thanks. We're gonna go back on the record. It's 9:35. Frank Steck is present. Now, we do have a full quorum. Can I get roll call once more?
James, Robert,
Ralph.
Frank,
Leonard. We have our two new appointees, Kathy Heisler and Ben Bement that's here, which will be, I read the certifications that the tribal council has appointed them, the tribal council has approved them. They're asking us now to accept them. Can I get a motion to accept the new appointees?
a motion to accept the new appointees.
There's a motion by Frank to accept the new appointees to the board. Kathy Heisler and Ben Bement. Can I get a second?
Second.
Seconded by James. Is there any further discussions? Okay, we do need to discuss also secretary treasurer seat that's open.
All in favor?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and approve this motion, then we'll go further into that. So we did have a second, can I get a roll call on the motion?
Aye.
Okay, the motion passes. Welcome to the panel, Kathy Heisler and Ben Bement. You are now actively on the board with us. That's the part of it.
Okay, sure.
Now,
Chairman Wadena, I'd like to run and add to another new business so that, like you just stated earlier, one for secretary position, so we're gonna have to have board elections to appoint all three. The chair, co-chair, and treasurer, because of the there's different people here.
it's real echoey in here, Robert.
What?
It's real echoey. I can't quite hear you.
We have to have an all board election. Chair, co-chair, and secretary, based on, say, about this one position for the secretary treasurer. then we got, just a formality.
Okay, you want to put that under new business?
Yeah, well, we got the.
Okay, then we're gonna put
Add that to
that,
the agenda, so,
okay, we'll put that under new business.
thank you.
Thank you. Okay, can we get approval of the agenda that was given to us?
I'll make a motion.
There's a motion by Robert to approve the agenda. Can I get a second to that motion, please?
Second.
Seconded by James. Okay, any discussion?
Yeah, we're just running for future reference with this, whatever, just like.
Make sure we talk up and a little loud, just so everything's picked up. I'm sorry.
We'll do that when we get to that. I just.
Hey.
Go ahead, Rob.
No,
Okay.
It'll get.
Okay. So then we got the approval of the agenda. There was no further discussions. Can I get roll call on the approval agenda? That will include the two new board members.
Aye. Aye.
And that motion and agenda passes. And there, the guests that we do have here, I guess there's, we got Jamie, is the staff member. Mike, our director, and sorry, I'm, you know me, I'm terrible with names, Carla. I don't even know my own name, though. And Carla, Laura Erickson, our District 3 rep was here. Mike, Eugene Summers, our District 2 rep was here. And they just stepped out of the room. So there's our guests. Any old business? There'll be no old business, any new business. This will be our Mahnomen Community Council members' request for Toys for Tots. Rice Lake Community Council reimbursement requests for their Thanksgiving giveaways. The Whiter Community Council reimbursement requests for their Halloween and Sturgeon Moon powwow. And then we'll have the resolution 2024-18 removing Rosella Fairbanks as a check signer on all White housing accounts. Again, I do want it on record to state that thank you, Rosella Fairbanks and Jeannie Rogers, for serving on this board. We continue to ask of your support of the board and as members of at large with us. But thank you for serving on the board. It was very much appreciative, and we do welcome the new members. We are waiting on some of our council members to get here to be part of this. Do you want to go into new business? Robert?
We go over reimbursements.
I think we'll just, I think we'll just handle the reimbursements and then we've already, then we just adjust the team.
Sure, okay, we're gonna go over the reimbursements and make sure all the documents and paperwork that's in place.
So, Manoman's requesting, Toys for Tots. They have spent their 10,000. They're requesting 1,600. Documentation is all here, so you guys wanna look at that and go over that one.
So it's all in order, then, correct?
Correct.
Our finance is nodding his head saying, yes, everything's in proper procedures that we have in place for that. Did any of the board member want to see this? The new board? Go ahead, Mike.
What's that?
Go ahead with the rest of it.
Rice Lake 2024 Thanksgiving giveaway, requesting $502.25. Carla, I don't see the other one in here. Is it attached to Manoman, maybe? Whiter.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Here it is.
We have it. Right, Mike?
Yeah.
I'd just like to ask Carly, so that, next time we do the reference, just put like a little side note on that. Like the budget to the $10,000, so just a little side note.
Okay.
Or whatever, so we just see that. I'll put that in our email.
You have how much they have on community councils in here.
Manoman's the only one that filled their 10,000 right now.
So you got their totals on?
I didn't,
Okay.
We got it also like we haven't requested that as well, so I'm requesting that now. Please. That's just for the budget. That doesn't carry forward, does it? That's weird that they wouldn't all fulfill that, for all the projects they have where. That's it all.
unless if it's approved by you guys.
And then we got Whiter, asking.
So back to Rice Lake, we need a, are we, these people,
You need one on the first one,
yeah, are we going to, let's, one at a time? or-
One at a time, yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the Manoman Community Council, then I need a motion to accept that expenditure and reimbursement for them.
Yeah, but, so we exceeded this $10,000, correct?
No,
They didn't exceed their cap at 10,000.
yeah,
they
so
have
then
balance?
with this 1,600, they're at exactly 10,000.
So they spent their 2020.
Yes,
So,
after the
yeah.
1,600.
So Manoman has spent their budget for that 10,000, up to the 10,000.
After this
After
request.
this
Yes.
$1,600.
If all the paperwork's in order and everything's good, I motion to approve.
Thank you. There's a
I'll second
motion
that.
by Frank. Can I
I'll
get a
second
second to that motion?
I'll second that.
Seconded by Robert. Any further discussions? Can I get a roll call?
Aye.
And that motion passes for Manoman. We'll move into the Rice Lake Community Council. They are asking the 502.25. We don't know at the time if they've extended their 10,000, and they have not yet spent all their 10,000. So under that,
They have till, what, the 31st, correct?
the 31st of December to spend it up.
What a year from now.
Rice Lake is here. One member.
I'm,
You want to speak on that behalf? You want to speak on that behalf?
We're having our, community Christmas party this Saturday, so I
maybe
know
that'll
they'll
come
be,
in.
yeah.
You know your exact balance that you have remaining, or do you need that?
No, I don't, I'm hoping Rita and Autumn show up.
we'll reach out to you tomorrow and get your balance, and if you
Okay.
could, if you guys wanna get that spent up for the end of the year.
A lot of
Okay.
people
You don't
do
miss out on anything.
Christmas because it's,
Right, that what's
Yeah.
the balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rice Lake is asking the 50225 reimbursement for the Thanksgiving giveaway. That was their turkeys, stuff in that order that they did.
A motion.
There's a motion by James to accept that.
Second.
Seconded by Frank. Everything's in order with our accounting, that all the documents are presented and going. Can I get a roll call on that?
Aye.
Okay, then that motion passes also. Is there other reimbursements more? Okay, let me sign off on this one here so we have everything documented. And then we'll move on to our next one.
White Earth requesting their total of 10,000 for Halloween events, Sturgeon Moon Powwow. And documentation's in the packet.
And everything's good and present under that, Carlin, and everything's in order? Okay, so can we get a motion to approve that,
Motion.
the crime and safety reimbursements? There's a motion by Frank. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second.
Oh.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry.
Thank you for being part of the
Overstepping.
members. That's the order we do, but thank you. So can I get a second to this?
I second
Ralph seconded that. Is there any further discussions?
Yes, there is.
Go ahead.
So in order to be in compliance with our money that we adjusted these, we, give to the community council, there's not three. Our money says that the monies that we're sitting in our policy is that we have to have at least 3 community events. So,
They are having those events though. All of the community councils, I believe, are having at least three minimum or more events, correct?
So my
Go ahead,
my question is that for the full amount, which I didn't see by the way, excuse me if I'm wrong, the total for $10,000, correct? So then they have to have at least one more than to know that people be able to get the money for the 3 to 1 this time. Is another $10,000.
And that's up
they've
until.
had other events that
Right.
it's
Yeah, no,
requesting.
I'm just running the same as that, we're just running get in touch with them and have them listen to an event there, whatever they had, even if it's just a few dollars and show some receipts of documentation. So that can be an out of fighting, that's why I'm stating that.
No, they've had more than just these 2 events. This is just what's adding up to the 10,000 to request the full amount. They've had more than these 2.
Thank you for
I was
clarification.
just throwing it just now, because paperwork.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
On paper, so that if we prove this, there's only this 2. So
We-
that the approval
we need to
on it is
request-
if-
We need to request.
Well, they can request
documentation
whatever they
more than-
want on their reimbursement request, but when they get their stipends, they have to have at least, is it 6 events, Jane? 6
Question.
events?
Yes. At least 4.
No, it was
No, that's
3.
Statements for the individual, I'm talking about this paper-wise.
He's saying like.
Yeah, I
Gotta
know.
be on board 6 months in
No, I'm not talking. That's all in.
$10,000 was all in one pot.
That shows that
Is, the White Earth Community Council here? They are. We're asking a question on the floor. How many events have you had this year?
That's not a question.
No, there is a question on the floor. I want to know how many events have you guys had this year?
4 or 5?
Okay, because you're requesting a full $10,000 on one event.
2 events.
2 events.
Yeah, they can because they added up to the 10,000.
And there is a policy in place that you guys have to hold more than
What they did.
I'm not sure, but I think it's 3.
3 events or more.
No, just like, we're just trying to get out. We're not gonna deny anything else, but we just ask the community council to submit it, just because even a small amount, we've got the documentation show for the seat or something, you kept them.
Like last year, we had 1 before event, and we just submitted receipts for our powwow. Cause that was over 10,000.
So, what I'm trying to get at is that we only have two. And under our policies that we have to, in order to give these things, compliance, and we're just asking that because it can be a audit finding and we do audits. That in just whatever that if you change the small amount, just put another one on that, then we submit it, then we can vote on that. Yes, or no, we get that done. That's a good thing. But even if we do want to say that we got to try forward, then we can just you say yes. We do that with the email.
Well, I was trying to email Carla, but every time I email her, we get kicked back.
Let's get you on mic because this is all live stream today. Good. We should have more mics. If I could have some of the staff help us. See. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's make sure this gets on the record here. At the end of the year stipend qualifications, the minimum of 4 sponsored activities per year must be submitted with an event flyer. Reimbursement requests for events up to 10,000 per year. Go ahead, Frank. Important, all requests for funding must be submitted after the event is held, so that all receipts reflecting the amount requested need a written description of activity and how it will prevent crime or promote safety. Each community council is allowed to request up to 10,000 per year. The request must be turned in by the 5th of the month to be placed on the board of agendas for approval with that. And then at the end of the year, stipend qualifications, again, minimum of 4 sponsored activities per year, must submit an event flyer, must submit January through December meeting minutes. Specifying the regular special meeting no later than the second Thursdays of December. The community council members must be active in December and attend a minimum of 6 monthly meetings of your members. A maximum of $600 per community council member, up to $3,000 per community council. I'm just making sure that all community councils understand this, because I know there's times that we've got new appointees and nobody's been informed what, the next step, so that everybody's aware how that works. You guys understand all that? Yes.
Can we get that? Can we get that in an email form, my dear?
Pretty much.
We're gonna address that later when we keep the golf.
Yes. Yeah, we'll get this form back out to everybody again. It is make sure that when on your councils, if you do step down, your new appointees understand this.
We did bring an extra copy for each community council to initial out on this, and then after you guys initial, I'll email it out today. So this 10,000, it doesn't matter how much or how many events you're requesting reimbursement for, as long as it meets the 10,000. The only one that needs the 4 sponsored activities per year is the stipends. So it could be one event that they request the full 10,000.
Thank you, Carl.
Thank you, Carl, for the update. Okay, so there is a motion on the floor.
Motion.
I motion.
Frank motioned for the the Whitewood Community Council reimbursement. It was
Chairman Martinez, that answers my question, so moving forward.
I'll second.
it was seconded,
Oh, I'm just gonna vote.
and then we're just gonna vote, because we went into discussion already under this. It was just being called back. Did what? Did I get a roll call?
Aye.
Aye.
And that motion passes, we'll reimburse those. Okay. Next up, we need to vote for, is there any old business, new business? We're talking about our appointees. Our new business will be our appointees on our housing board, Kathy Heisler, and the amendment that you guys were here earlier, the tribal council voted to put them on the seat on the board with us. Now it's us as the board members to also back up and support the tribal council's decision. And I get a motion to accept the appointees. A motion by Robert. Can I get a second to that motion?
Second.
Seconded by James. Further discussions at all? There's no further discussions. Can I get a roll call, please?
Aye.
And that motion passes. Welcome Kathy Heisler and Ben Moment to the board.
Chairman Martina, I motion to move resolution 2024/18 to executive session.
I'll take that.
And that is seconded.
I think, yeah, all we need to do, I think, really
Should be an
Okay, we have only one talk at a time because it's echoey in here and we are live.
I'm making a request to move this from the agenda from new business to the executive session. And stated is, item number 12, if we just throw and have all of that just sign up.
Okay, so we're gonna move the 2024-18 resolution to the executive session. We'll do that. Okay, under the new business, we need to appoint a secretary treasurer to the board.
I appoint Robert.
James has appointed Robert as secretary treasurer.
Are you the vice chair?
Yeah, so we have to have an all election. So I was thinking that we should just move this to the next meeting and just handle that there for appointing, or we could run and have that during this meeting or next meeting, but I prefer that we do it next meeting.
Yeah, I understand. We're gonna hold off on the appointees and we do already got the board in here. They are active today on this and voting on stuff today, so we'll hold off on it.
Yeah, I'd like,
Appointing our
I
secretary
would like,
treasurer.
I would like to have this put on the agenda on. So we open up for under old business. So that when we come to our meeting, it's usually listed as number 3. So then we'll turn and have our election after we open up.
Yep, that will work. And so we're gonna be going into, right now, we're doing all community council meeting. And then following out after the community council, our housing board is gonna be going into its regular board meeting, monthly board meetings. Okay. So can we get a meeting minutes on November 21st? Or you wanna hold on all that? Robert? Let's do all our regular stuff at our regular meeting?
Yep.
Okay, then, anything with the tribal council, community councils? Go
I
ahead.
got a question. Oh. If I don't have to talk to you all. I do have a question here.
You wanna state your name and so the line comes?
No. Mike Salon from the Pine Point Community Council. I know that, in the past, that, housing has went with, for the community councils for 5 members, on their board. Pine Point, however, has right now 7 people on their board. And we are actually looking at going up to 10. The reason why is because we have more people participating in our community council and that has an interest in our community council. We're not asking housing for increase in pay or amount coming to Pine Point. We just want to make you aware that we are going to probably increase the number of community council members. In our past election here in November, we were surprised that we had 12 people in our community that signed up to, for positions. And there's more people that want to get involved, especially younger people. And we want to encourage that, so we are thinking about in our meeting in January is going to, probably, do our bylaws to increase to 10 members to our community council instead of the 7 that we have right now. Because I think we're the only ones right now that are federally recognized under the 501c3. But, the only problem that we have here is in working with, housing is that you only recognize 5 people and the amount. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the money that, so we're gonna spread it around evenly to our other ones, but because of tax reasons, we have to have it as a, listed as a donation to a community council, so we won't be fully taxed on our stipend that we receive. And I'm hoping that, housing will be able to recognize that we're not asking for more money, we're just asking that you spread it around more when people are going to be on the community council.
Well, thank you, Mr. Swan.
I would just like to ask Carlos, Carla has a thing for you that she's gonna address to give you an answer for that.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you there.
Yeah, can we,
Carla has an answer for us. Carla has the policy on that, so she's gonna read that real quick for you, just to address that, so you understand that correctly?
Yeah, so you guys can have, as many community councils as you wish. But the max is 3,000 per community council. So the way we do it is whoever shows up to each meeting, January through December, that's how we would split up the 3,000 between you guys. So if you guys have 8, the max is 3,000, we have to split.
you understand that, Mr. Swan?
Yes, I understand that. I just want to make sure that you guys understand from where we're coming from too. That, like I said, we're not asking for an increase in pay. We're just asking, the 3,000 to be spread more around to our, people that's going to be sitting on the community council.
Yes.
They're just notifying us that they added more people and
Yeah.
they're not asking for more money. Have as many people as you want, Mike.
Yeah, on the housing board, the community council sets your own policies and procedures. Housing board does not set it, other than what we have in place in the beginning. So if you want that many on there, we welcome them all, because it helps out in your community. It's just your stipends will be cut down because you're sharing it out to a larger group.
Okay, I'm gonna make a suggestion that we can just, we already give you a reading of the policies. You can understand that, you can have as many as you want to, that's the maximum we're gonna pay you. And if you want to revisit that, we can do that with the community council. Does that
Yeah,
answer your question?
is telling us that there's more people that want to be involved
Yes, we
with the
understand
community council, with the community itself. So, and we don't want to discourage that.
Yeah, correct. Thank you for every one of you that do stuff in our communities. It helps everybody. I remember on the reservation, everybody that is on the reservation. What you guys do, it also helps everybody. Thank you. Is there any other community council members have anything they'd like to bring up to the housing board?
Chairman, I think we should just move on if there's,
I would still like to ask the question to the chairman before we move on. Is there anybody else on the community council about each community had anything that you want to address to the board? Okay, now we can move on. Go ahead. So, I'm trying to follow our stuff here.
so where's that on the agenda?
Yeah, we're on the community council meeting.
Okay.
Where's that on the agenda?
We rolled into the housing board.
Yeah.
We went back to the community council.
That's what I was asking. If there's that too.
Carla, do you have an agenda for the community council meeting?
No. We just have to proceed with this. Yeah, we get the meeting, so it's,
Yeah, so we just gotta finish the community.
Just go around and ask, you know.
No, they just go around and kind of talk about the events they've held and how it's.
We'll start at the end of the table here and I'll bring a mic over, just reminding everybody.
But if we could only have one talk at a time, it's real hard to hear the room. Thank you.
no, I'm asking where it is on the agenda, it wasn't approved. It's not approved.
Okay, we do want to hear from you.
Let's say your name.
All right, I'm Joshua Zorn, I'm from the Norman Community Council. And I guess what you just want to do, like, today or what?
Yeah, what events he held and how it went and.
So we've done multiple events throughout the year. We help sponsor land events at the beginning of the year with the shows. We're doing an Easter event, which we're able to get a Easter basket. And we did, only done so many. I don't remember. I know recently we just did our, Christmas solution, we set up at the, fire hall with their Christmas basket event. Last month. We did some stuff.
Next one from Plain Point Community Council. Yeah, this past event, we had a number of events for Plain Point. One of the things that we really worked on quite a bit is, and has been a very big success for us, is having our culture camps. Matter of fact, we went outside, housing and the tribe itself and got a $18,000 grant from Johns Hopkins University to help us with our culture camps. But also those are usually held in the winter time. In the springtime, we also have they have an Easter program, giving kids Easter baskets. We also have not only that, activity cleanups in our community. One of the biggest events that we have is our July 4th celebration, fireworks and community picnic. We do have during powwow in August our demolition derby, and we started a community picnic also during Family Fun Day during powwow, before the powwow starts. We get a lot of participation in Res Car Parade and other events, 5K and everything like that. We also do recently our Halloween program. We have a turkey bingo for people, and actually this coming weekend we're getting ready here for our community Christmas party where we have a dinner. We distribute the Toys for Tots that we get from the RTC, the White Shield, and the Marines, and we distribute toys for that one. And also it's a pretty big event, people in our community really look forward to that. So we have a lot of different programs that go on throughout the whole year, over and over, and it's very really beneficial. A lot of people from infants to elders enjoy all the time. Big question.
Good morning, Susan Hayes, White Community Council. This year we've done a few events. We're waiting to get our Christmas event going here tomorrow night. It's a distribution. In October, we did a Halloween event, a haunted walk. 4th of July, we kept our fireworks for our powwow, and we set them off to kind of kick off our powwow in July. Easter, we had an event that community members can come out and enjoy themselves. I think that's almost everything. I mean, we do little things on the side there. We try and do some community events where we, for the elders, we go into Gamadi and congregate and did a small bingo for the tenants there. But otherwise, I think that's about it.
Travis Line, Evelyn. Every month we try an activity. I think there was like 2 months that we didn't have a turnout, an event. Upcoming events that we will be working on for the following year is, we're gonna be helping, most likely be helping, teaching derby and cooking for them. They did put that request in this morning. And then, we did get a bunch of toys, books that came in from the Christmas program, but we had already done our distribution. So we're thinking about maybe having a books for, a bingo for books for the kids. We just gotta get it scheduled, but, our community, council is pretty active with our families and, community. And we don't have a Boys and Girls Club out there, so we try to get the kids involved at least once a month and, doing an activity along with their parents.
Mention something real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So yesterday we did have a meeting about, a grant for boys and, like a community center, Boys and Girls Club for Elbow Lake, and we will be submitting a grant for that, just a heads up, this happened yesterday.
I suggested, could they possibly use the EMP building in the afternoons and evenings? Since it's not being used except for like 2 evenings out of the month?
We can talk about that. We can set up a meeting for that. Okay? Okay.
My name is Henry Swenson, Swenson, Council Treasurer. It's a year. We had our powwow in May. We had our derby in September. 4th of July, we did a dinner for appetizer. And then we had the fireworks show. We helped with the community picnics. And we help with the Head Start program in our community. And now we're working on a Christmas program. That's this Saturday. And maybe help the district with elder people that we put on. Oh, and our haunted trail in October was a huge success. The kids are liking it more and more. Otherwise, we're talking about trying to go get licensed to take visuals again, after Christmas. It's Roxanne, in autumn. Okay, I'm Bonnie from the Wildwood Community Council, and, I'm not very good there. We had a spring fling, kids come. Play, we served food. Our biggest event was Wabin Days, and we served over right around 400 people. And we had dance, the parade, food, a lot of fun. Everybody enjoyed it. And then we had a Halloween event with the kids down at the fire hall. And then now we have our Christmas thing on the 21st and Saturday. We had the toy giveaway at, last Wednesday. But we did have a very good turnout there.
Taking pressure.
It is no voice out here, I'm so sorry, I talk a lot too, I'm sorry. Bonjour, Neighborhood Community Council, Brian here is our chairman. I did a little write-up, so that's why he's letting me lead off. So looking at 2024, right off the bat in January, we did a FCC giveaway, special election because we lost one of our members. Or, I mean, not lost, but removed one of our members. We did youth council nominations that RBC was requesting. Then we went into February where we had the sweetheart photo shoot. April, we did the MCC bed giveaway. Any of our events, we do not hold them specifically only for Neighborhood. Any other villages are always welcome. We put it out there on the NCC page, and then CSOs are often really good about helping us to bring to other communities if they request it. So if there's beds or furniture or anything like that, behavioral health will come down for clothing, and we do clothing giveaways to help their clients. So then we went into our egg hunt event. We don't call it Easter, but we call it egg hunt. So we nod to that. May, we went into our community cleanup where we partner with Whiter Housing. All of the volunteers, we take them out to eat. And then June, we had our second annual Pride Parade and community event. We're building that, willing to take any partnerships. And then we did work with 101.5 to, what they did was they did a playlist for us, and they're willing to do that with any community councils that want to do events. So that gets our information out there onto their radio station. We also partner with Gary all the time, and he gets all of our events out into the newspaper. All the community councils should be doing that to promote activities. It really helps with the elders because they get that information better than they do with the social media. 3rd of July, holy cat, our village is ridiculously filled. We know that they're from everywhere. We have off reservation, we have other reservations. Yeah, we get a huge turnout for that. We do a memorial at the same time. And then we have the parachutes for our youth. And then we have vendors that do food or anything really. They're always requested and invited because it's always nice to have our local businesses out there. And then again, in August, we went into bed and furniture giveaway. Another thing that we did in August was we really put out the county and state election information, and we really pushed for that. We pushed for putting people on the ballot for Monona County. I went to my first township meeting last night, so, took one of those positions from them. And then we're gonna continue to encourage getting our people onto township or any other county or city boards, writing candidacy, anything like that. We're really partner with anyone. We did a lot after driving and getting people through the elections in November. So we're really huge about not only taking care of our tribal members, but taking back some of those seats that should be ours to, better serve our people. And then, of course, we went into September where we have our Harvest Fest. That is like huge. I don't even know how many years we've been hosting our Harvest Fest. We don't do the powwow part of it, but we do partner with our Mid-West Powwow Committee. We do tournaments, we have bean bags, cribbage, racing, volleyball. We partnered with, Pinehurst for their volleyball, nets, and so there was a lot of different, like, high contest, fried bread contest. It's just a run situation. I like to do the youth stand, which we have over, I would say about 30 youth volunteering throughout the entire weekend. Those youth did earn stipends, so we put over $1,000 back into our kids' stipends. So they were in the whole time that they worked with us. We didn't charge them for their food, we didn't charge them for their drinks. Because sometimes community members aren't able to send their kids to powwow with money. So if they wanted to volunteer, if they wanted to bring their friends along, you know, we had Park Rapids, we had Pine Point, we had Nadewash, we had Manovan. Just about every village had youth volunteers at the youth stand. And we had to turn it into, you could only volunteer for an hour, and then you had to go back out into the powwow and play with friends. And then there was like a sign-up list and everything. That's really good for our kids. Our kids are amazing. So then we went into the Halloween event in October. Huge turnout. We had the gym at the sports complex. We had 2 different walks. And then, of course, the Nadewash, we hosted the SNP clinic in October as well. We try to serve Nadewash first, but that's never, like, none of our events, like I said, are ever just ours. So next year, if we can find anyone to partner with on that, you're sitting there. Thank you. Shows up late, he's here for the meal. And then we have in November, we did yet another household and clothing giveaway. In December, we've already started our boy giveaway. And then this Saturday, we'll be having our, Santa in the Village event. And then other things that I want to bring up are during our childcare and our Head Start graduations. Not only do we put out the graduation, like the congratulations online and in the newspaper, but we partner with them if they have any requests for, you know, do they need a couple extra dollars for their meals or for gifts to the kids and stuff. And then one of the things that I think is really incredible about MPC is when we have a funeral in our community, immediately one of the guys will jump up and they'll run down to the village store and they'll get the tobacco, they'll get the coffee, they'll get some snacks and some waters, and they'll immediately bring it to the spirit fire. They're really quick about contacting forestry and getting the firewood over there, and if there's any other support, the guys are really, I shouldn't say guys, but yeah, NCC is really good about that. Any questions?
Which everyone, is Callaway present?
Callaway's-
We don't have a gallery.
Callaway, but I do have a question. That, the small homes that we're putting on villages, is that going to be run by housing or the RTC?
Laura, you wanna answer that? They're not running under housing, I'll let Laura respond to your question.
So the tiny homes are going to be managed by Optima, the property management company that does the Congregate, Waco, and all of our other Dreamcatcher homes. So they were supposed to be ready last week, this timeline keeps getting pushed back. The ones, there was some in Whiters, but they said they were all protracted stuff, so they were still finishing them, and I requested that everything be buttoned up. And there's no, they're good, so like, they can't blame somebody, if there's something wrong with it. So we're hoping to look at next week possibly, but like I said, they keep saying they're gonna be ready and they push them back. So Optima is working, they do have applications ready, so the council did have a meeting with them last week about, trying to get them applications out. There is a Dreamcatcher home board also that Optima will work with, to select the candidates or the people that, will be in them homes. There will be, a certain amount of rent, and then there will be like a background check also, so there's a process to go through.
That gonna be for elders only?
Correct.
Okay.
So, they will be prioritizing homeless elders, or if an elder doesn't have water or needs, a better place if their trailer isn't, or home isn't livable, that's how they're prioritizing it, yeah. So we did discuss the age, and it's gonna be 55 and older. There is no pets or smoking allowed. I think Representative Fox did, he's got 10, so I think he did 5, 55 and older, and then 5 for 65 and older.
Okay, my question. I did have one more question that I was just, asked about, to bring up to you, to the housing. Pine Point School is having a science and engineering fair on March 6th. Is there any way that they can help with the funding? For the prizes? I met with them last week, and I know they're going to the donation committee and youth and elders fund. And I think they're trying to raise $9,000 to host this, to include all the, about 6 schools from grades 4 through 8. That's gonna be, competing, all students are gonna be competing. I know they got Red Lake and Wax coming in, and a few other places, and they're just wondering if there's something we can do to apply for funding for housing.
Yes, again, if you go out and have 5 Point schools that, submit a request to the housing board for a donation, we can donate up to $500. And that's separate from the money that you get. As long as you submit that and send that to Carla, then they can take it to us and adjust that, so if you can hurry up and get it in, then you can approve that before the end of, well, but that doesn't have a timeline, I guess. But as long as you put that request in and send it to us, that you're looking for a donation amount of, $500, then usually it's pretty much, as long as we need to hang it, we need to fly, or just like some of the stuff that you guys do. But that's the maximum amount that we do along for that stuff. Which,
Mike, if you could get me, some more information on that event, maybe hand deliver it, or I can get you my email also. I'll look into, other ways that we could possibly support you.
okay, Rich.
Can I share some gossip?
I want to make sure that every community council member understands what Robert just said. That there's 500, because I'm sitting here with Rita, and she did not know about this. So does everybody on the community councils understand what that 500 was about? Do we need clarifications, better clarifications? Robert, I'm going to let you clarify that. You brought it up.
It's a donation up to $500. You just have to submit your supporting documentation. Yeah, it's aside the 10,000.
So normally we don't address and give the community councils the extra $500. So let's say that, like you're saying, that school is putting that on, it would be the Pine Point Elementary School that would be submitting that, not the community council, just to get a little clarification on that. Because we can not exceed to 10,000 from the amount that's allocated for that. But if you're having to say like, Walvin Community Days is gonna work with like, another thing that they can accomplish or whatever to meet some of the stuff that they're gonna do or plans, and that other person that they're partnering with can absolutely put in for that $500 in the request. As long as we have a regular documentation, just like you guys come for your events, whatever, and no receipts, but just ask for 500. We do that for softball teams and other people's traveling and stuff, but that's the maximum amount that we can allow. So just to make that clear.
So it won't be presented as a community council, you'll have to present it as something else, because we wouldn't be able to put it under a community council 10,000, so hopefully that's clear, right?
Rita has a question. She wants to know, is it a one-time?
Once a year.
I'll have to check policy, not 100% at the table.
Is there any further discussions with community councils that you'd like to address to the board or to each other?
It's once a year.
It's once a year, Carla is stating over here.
I just wanted to say meet which to all your community councils, your hard work to our youth and our elders and everyone else in the community goes a long ways. Together we can build better communities with your guys' hard work, so I just wanted to say meet which for that. And I also, since we're all in the room, the more opinions, the better. I was just wondering if any of you guys attended our picnic in Walvin, the bouncy houses and the giveaways. And I just wanted to get some feedback if you guys enjoyed it, if you have any ideas what we can bring to the table next year. I thought it was a really good turnout. I'd like to see even more next year, so make it better. So if anybody has any input, let me know.
See that garbage can kick your ass over.
You sure did.
My family goes over there every year, so it seems like it's getting bigger and bigger every year.
All right, I need you guys, if you hear that, don't fill the garbage cans up so tight next year.
Okay, well, if there's no more further statements from the community councils. Oh, Carla's up here. She's got a this page from housing.
So I got your guys' checks up here. If you're picking up for somebody, you just have to sign. And I'm gonna pass around the crime and safety policy if you just want an initial in the spots that need to be initialed. If the chairperson's not here, just sign under it and then get it back to me and I'll email it to you guys this afternoon. And for the people who put requested today, Benoman, Rice Lake and Whiter, your checks will be ready this afternoon, so.
Make sure you guys come signature, please, because else we'll be out of compliance. Thank you.
Okay, so then this will be the end of the all community council meeting today, but make sure you get something to eat. We're gonna take a quick break here. And then we're gonna be coming back as a regular board meeting. And everybody is more than welcome to stay at that board meeting. Those are open meetings. So if you want to stay and hang out with us, you may do such. Okay, so we'll go on a break here. It is now 10:34 and we'll take a quick break in this here. Okay, thanks.
Well, I said, I'm bring tomorrow. You guys can get.
No.
Bring some more food, guys.
Yeah, but I'll check the. Yes.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys wanna hang out, we're starting lunch at 11:30. The meeting got done a lot earlier than planned, so if you wanna stick around, so it doesn't go to waste, that'd be great.
Sure. It's the policy, it's, email this, Yeah, so you, when you put your request in, request.
Yeah.
So you turn them into me and then I put them on.
Oh, I don't see that.
Yeah.
You meant.
Yeah, because I can.
Okay.
I'll email it back.
Okay, I signed it. We're kind of doing it. It's fun. We got.
Oh, how's it going, Mike?
Not bad, how about you?
Good, good to see you.
Thank you.
Need some money?
Yeah.
Hi, there you are. That was pretty fast for popping in here. Yeah. I'll email this over. Yeah. See what.
That's what fire. You just had it.
No, you said.
I got a. Must be.
Yeah, this is your. Yeah, just right here. Right your name. Yeah, I see.
And all the people that since I've been out here.
Yeah.
They all do for it once they're.
Yeah. No, I didn't. Got me wrong. Grab it.
But I didn't even find it.
Yeah.